The Prime Cabinet Minister and the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, has toured the Russian nation amid ongoing battles of Russia and Ukraine war. Mudavadi is touring Russia to negotiate and have a peaceful relationship between Kenya and Russia. Mudavadi is set to visit some parts of Russia and to meet some supreme leaders of Russia. The tour of Musalia Mudavadi is very inevitable amid ongoing Russian-Ukraine war, which has stopped many Kenyans, and many Kenyans are raising concern about the Russia-Ukraine war, which has killed a lot of Kenyans, and now they are regretting going into it.
Mumesoma mara nyingi sana kwamba watoto wetu wengine wametoka wakisema wanaenda kufanya kazi nje, wakadanganywa, haswa the young people. Wanaambiwa sign contract nini, unaenda kufanya kazi majuu. Alafu wanajipata wako kwa vita kule Urusi na Ukraine. I'm using this platform because some of them wametoka katika eneo hii. Na sasa taifa la Kenya ama serikali ya Kenya imeokoa karibu vijana 20 ambao walikuwa wamedanganywa kwamba wanaenda kwa kazi. Kwa hiyo mambo ya ukora na wale ambao ni wajanja wanakudanganya kwamba utapata pesa kiasi fulani, utalipwa hivi, unaenda, next you're on the front line. Na wako kwa shida. Nataka kuwarai vijana wetu. Nataka nitumie nguvu za kanisa. Please send a message, na wale ambao wako kwa mtandao, wako kwa vyombo vya habari, please send the message that they have to be very careful. Kupitia kwa Ministry of Labor, kupitia kwa Diaspora Department ya Foreign Affairs, we can help you verify and authenticate. Tujue kwamba wale wanakuambia watakupatia kazi ni wa halali ama ni waongo. Kwa sababu wengine wanatoka tu, hata hawaambii jamii kwamba wanaenda wapi. It is happening. Hata wenzetu wengine katika serikali, their own relatives have found themselves in that corner. Kwa hivyo sio tu kusema ni kwamba ni kule nje. Wanadanganya watu watabaka mbalimbali kwamba kazi zitapatikana. Kufika kule ni vita. We have lost some lives.
It is now very clear that Kenyans are being lured by the agencies having agency in Kenya, promising Kenyans for a very good paying jobs in the Russian war. Remember, these people should be liable to a lawful act after luring Kenyans to a deadly war, which happens between two nations, and Kenya should be not.
And I'm sure you have also seen that quite a number of other countries have suffered the same fate. The ministry has continued to receive inquiries from families regarding relatives allegedly involved in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Reports suggest that over 200 Kenyans may have joined this adventure or misadventure, with some of them being former members of Kenya's disciplined services. It is estimated that recruitment networks are still active in both Kenya and Russia. The Kenyan embassy in Moscow has reported injuries among nationals and others stranded after attempting recruitment into the war efforts. As you may be aware, on 24th September this year, a multi-agency security team raid was conducted in Athi River, where 21 Kenyans were found housed, awaiting processing to the war zone. One agent was arrested for coordinating the processing of Kenyan recruits under the guise of overseas jobs. The agent is presently in court for luring unsuspecting Kenyans to fight in the war. Intelligence sources indicate that victims are reportedly signing contracts with unscrupulous agencies with promises of payment of up to $18,000 for visas, travel, and accommodation. It sounds very attractive. You can be lured. But that is where the catch is. Unfortunately, those who have been rescued have said they were misled about the nature of the work they were to do, including assembling drones, handling chemicals, and painting works without proper training or protective gear. These are worrying concerns for us, and we must.
Through the online concerns of Kenyan trapped in Ukraine war, Kenyan government seems to have no escape route. Remember, they have tried to convene through the cabinet minister of foreign affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, visiting the nation for the first time since the war started.
We should occupy the Russian consulate. Because you can't tell me that my people are in your country, you have a consulate or an embassy here, but you don't know. If you don't know, then you shouldn't be here. And I think we should occupy there. Because how comes we are losing our people on their soil, but they seem to have no answers? And you remember, you see, the government is playing our minds. And Kenyans, sometimes, they are easy to play with. Wakati hiyo issue ya Russians dying Kenyans dying in Russia, now we now have another story to talk about of a Russian man taking photos of our women in the streets. Actually, you can't tell if he slept with them. You can't. Maybe he was just recording them, and that's the part he posts. So it changes the conversation from our people dying in Russia to men and women in Kenya, how we should protect each other. You see? Now women are saying, no, Kenyan men are not sijui nini, they are running from responsibility. And Kenyan men are saying, oh, our women are cheap. That should not be the conversation. The conversation should be, how comes we are losing our people in Russia? And the government is not saying anything. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, if he will speak about it, he will defend the Russian government. He will.
See, kulikuwa na story he was supposed to travel to Russia. See, it was such a story, yeah? He was to travel to Russia to go and see if he can save Kenyans there.
How can you save Kenyans on a battlefront?
Yes, it was nonsense, eh?
Yes.
Let me
It's
see,
only
right?
a question of how are they getting out of the country. If you can smuggle a human being from the country,
Yes.
and the government does not get wind of it, it means you can smuggle anything.
So
Plus,
i-
don't
ilikuwa
we have
hivyo,
an ambassador there?
story ilikuwa hivyo, Mudavadi to travel to Russia in March. By the time he's traveling to March,
Why
all of
should he
them,
travel in March? This is
all of
an
them will-
emergency.
yes,
It's an
all of
It's an
urgent.
emergency.
all of them will be dead by then.
We are behaving like we don't have an embassy. Do you have an embassy in Russia?
Yes,
Or
tuko nayo.
consulate?
Tuko nayo.
So you have
Who
an
was the
ambassador.
Kenyan ambassador to Russia?
Huo nani I think alijitetea akasema that haezi enda around. This was
It has been 4 years since 2022 when the Ukraine-Russian war started. Kenyans being trapped on the war, Kenyans being lured for good-paying jobs, rather being sent to the front line of the Russia-Ukraine war. Remember to subscribe for more information and more videos.